Welcome back, dear dreamer. Tonight, we return to the gentle stories of our planet, a world that moves with quiet patience through space. Every tide, every cloud, every turning of the sky follows a calm rhythm that has never rushed. As you listen, let your breathing slow and your thoughts loosen, the way soft light fades at the end of the day. This is your time to rest and simply drift. If these peaceful explorations help you unwind, remember to subscribe and tap the like button. Now, let us begin. The planet has been quiet for most of its life. Scientists believe Earth formed from drifting dust that slowly came together in space. Nothing rushed. Every grain took its time. The surface was once glowing with heat, but over millions of years it cooled and became a place where oceans could rest. When you imagine the early planet, think of a warm sphere floating in silence, surrounded by darkness that was not frightening but peaceful, like a night sky with no wind. The world was learning how to breathe long before anything lived here, and the quiet made everything feel unhurried. Long before humans existed, the oceans covered almost the entire surface. The water moved slowly because there were no tides like we know today. The moon was still forming its bond with Earth, and the pull between them was gentle. Scientists say the water was filled with simple minerals that floated without direction. There were no waves crashing, only soft ripples that slipped across the surface. If you stood there, you would only hear a steady hush. That calm helped shape what would later become the first signs of life, carried gently through still and silent seas. The oldest rocks on Earth are more than 4 billion years old, and they hold the memory of a quieter planet. When researchers study them, they find signs of early heat slowly fading. These rocks formed deep below the surface where pressure moved like a slow heartbeat. Nothing happened quickly in those early ages. The planet did not rush to become what it is now. Even the smallest crystal grew layer by layer, like a whisper taking shape. Holding one of these ancient stones is like touching time that never needed to hurry, reminding us how patient the world has always been. Earth once had a sky without blue. The atmosphere was thick with gases that filtered light differently, creating a soft, hazy glow instead. There were no clouds drifting across it, only a gentle blanket of mist. Scientists think sunlight reached the ground in a muted way, similar to morning light passing through fog. Nothing was sharp or bright. The world looked quiet, even in the middle of the day. Over time, tiny organisms began releasing oxygen, slowly changing the sky into the clear color we know now. That transformation took hundreds of millions of years, happening so gradually that the planet never felt the need to rush. The magnetic field surrounding Earth moves like a soft shield. It forms deep inside the planet, where molten iron flows, slowly in circles. This motion creates an invisible blanket that protects the surface from harmful particles drifting through space. The field is always shifting, but it does so in a calm and steady way. Sometimes the poles wander, sliding across the planet over thousands of years. Nothing sudden or loud. Without this quiet shield, life would struggle. Instead, the planet stays gently guarded, wrapped in a silent barrier that has been watching over Earth like a patient companion. Our moon was once much closer to Earth than it is now. Scientists can measure how it slowly drifts away at the pace of a few centimeters each year. This change is so gentle that no one notices. The distance creates tides that move water back and forth in a soothing rhythm. Waves rise and fall because of this steady pull, almost like the planet's own breathing. When the moon first formed, its light would have looked larger and softer in the sky. Today, it still follows Earth quietly, never rushing, always moving in a calm and predictable path through space. Every grain of sand you see at the beach carries a long history. Most grains come from ancient mountains that slowly crumbled over millions of years. Rain, wind, and rivers broke them into smaller and smaller pieces. Nothing about this process is fast. It takes so much time that no single moment can be noticed. When sand finally reaches the shore, it settles in gentle layers. Waves move it back and forth without force, just steady motion. Lying on a beach is like resting on the remains of time itself, softened by nature, until it feels almost weightless and quiet. Black holes may sound intense, but in space, they exist in complete silence. Scientists describe them not as violent storms, but as regions where gravity becomes so strong that even light cannot escape. A black hole does not pull everything instantly. Objects that get close fall inward slowly, stretched across time in a gentle process called spaghettification. From far away, the black hole looks frozen, as if nothing is moving at all. Space around it bends softly, creating a calm and dark curve. Even something so powerful follows the quiet rules of the universe without noise or hurry. Earth travels around the sun at a steady speed that never changes suddenly. It completes one circle every year with smooth precision. If you could watch from far away, the planet would look like a tiny blue marble gliding through space in silence. There are no pauses, no jumps, only a constant path. This motion gives us seasons that arrive gently, one after another. Winter does not replace summer overnight. Everything shifts slowly, giving time for life to adjust. The planet has followed this same peaceful rhythm for billions of years, like a calm clock that never needs to be wound. When the first forests appeared, the world became quieter. Trees rose slowly from the soil, taking hundreds of years to reach their full height. Their roots spread without sound, holding the ground in place. Scientists believe these early forests helped cool the planet by releasing moisture into the air, creating soft rainfall. The wind moved through leaves with a gentle rustling that had never existed before. For the first time, Earth had natural shade and stillness beneath tall branches. These ancient forests changed the atmosphere in silence, making the planet more comfortable for life without any rush or noise. The deepest places on Earth are quiet enough to feel untouched by time. In the Mariana Trench, sunlight never reaches the water. The pressure is strong, yet everything moves slowly. Scientists send instruments that drift instead of rush, recording gentle currents that barely stir the seafloor. Life there grows at a patient pace, using very little energy. Nothing hunts quickly, and nothing escapes fast. The silence is almost complete, like a calm night where sound cannot travel. Even earthquakes that shake the surface arrive there as distant tremors, softened by water. This hidden world reminds us that most of the planet is peaceful, and many parts remain calm no matter what happens above. Earth's rotation has been slowing down little by little since the planet formed. Long ago, a day lasted only a few hours. Now it takes almost 24, and the change continues at a rate too small to feel. Scientists measure this using ancient coral and rock layers that record the rhythm of sunlight over time. The slowing happens because the moon gently pulls on the oceans, creating tides that resist the spin. Nothing about this process is sudden. It is a quiet exchange of energy between two cosmic companions. Every extra moment added to the day is gained softly, without any interruption to life. The air we breathe today carries tiny traces of ancient stars. Before Earth existed, massive stars exploded far away, scattering dust through the galaxy. That dust floated for millions of years, before becoming part of the young planet. Scientists studying meteorites find the same particles inside them, confirming that some atoms around us are older than the sun. These atoms move through the atmosphere with no sign of their age. Each breath connects us to the calm history of space, where changes unfold at a pace beyond imagination. Even something as simple as oxygen carries a story shaped in silence long before life arrived here. The continents you see on maps are always moving, but the motion is gentle. Plates beneath the surface drift at the speed of growing fingernails. Mountains rise not from sudden force, but from layers of rock slowly folding over millions of years. When scientists watch satellite data, they observe shifts no one can feel. Even earthquakes are part of a slow cycle that takes ages to build and release pressure. Long before humans noticed, continents separated and came back together quietly. One day they will move again, but the process will remain patient and steady. The planet reshapes itself without hurry, as if guided by time rather than force. Rain that falls today may have been in the atmosphere thousands of years ago. Water cycles through oceans, clouds, rivers, and air in a gentle loop that never stops. Scientists track this movement using harmless isotopes that show how slowly droplets travel. In polar ice, researchers find ancient snow preserved in layers like pages of a calm diary. The water trapped there is quiet and unchanged, resting through long ages. When it melts, it joins streams that flow without effort toward the sea. Every part of the water cycle happens softly, reminding us that the planet keeps refreshing itself in a peaceful and repeating rhythm. Most of Earth's oxygen comes from tiny organisms living in the ocean. These microscopic plants float near the surface, absorbing sunlight at a slow and steady rate. They release oxygen one molecule at a time, creating more than all the world's forests combined. Scientists observe them through satellites that detect soft color changes across the water. Nothing about their work is loud or noticeable. The ocean looks calm, even when trillions of these organisms are quietly making the air breathable. This peaceful process has continued for hundreds of millions of years, showing how life can reshape a planet without noise or speed. The planet's core is hotter than the surface of the sun, yet it changes slowly. Deep inside, molten iron moves in thick, gentle currents that take thousands of years to complete a single rotation. Scientists learn about this hidden world by studying vibrations from earthquakes, which travel through the planet like soft echoes. The core cools at a gradual rate, losing heat so slowly that billions of years will pass before it solidifies completely. This steady cooling powers Earth's magnetic field, which protects us every day. Even something so powerful behaves with patience, reminding us that great forces do not need to rush. Auroras look dramatic, but they are created by a soft interaction between solar particles and Earth's magnetic field. When energy from the sun reaches the planet, it flows toward the poles in smooth paths. The particles gently excite gases in the atmosphere, causing them to glow in colors that shift slowly across the sky. Scientists describe the process as a calm exchange rather than a violent event. People watching from the ground see waves of light that come and go without sound. The sky brightens like a moving curtain and then fades, leaving only quiet darkness behind. Even the universe displays beauty in a peaceful and controlled way. Ancient ice at the poles contains bubbles of air from long before humans appeared. Scientists drill deep into glaciers and bring up cylinders of frozen history. Inside each layer, the air is preserved exactly as it was when it settled. The deeper the ice, the older the memory. Some of it is more than 800,000 years old. Researchers study these samples in quiet laboratories, listening for clues about temperature, rainfall, and gentle climate shifts that happened slowly across time. The ice does not rush to melt or change. It waits in silence, holding the calm record of Earth's past with steady patience. The Milky Way moves through space at an incredible speed, yet everything feels still from our point of view. Earth, the Sun, and the entire solar system drift around the galaxy in a smooth curve that takes more than 200 million years to complete. Scientists compare this journey to floating on a quiet river. Nothing bumps or shakes. Stars remain in place relative to one another, creating a calm and familiar night sky. Even black holes at the center of the galaxy pull gently from this distance. Our planet travels through the universe without noise, carried along in a silent cosmic motion. The Sahara Desert was not always a place of sand and heat. Thousands of years ago, it was covered in grasslands with lakes that formed slowly during gentle shifts in the planet's orbit. Scientists study ancient pollen and fossils to learn how the landscape changed over long periods of time. The transformation did not arrive in a single moment. Rainfall decreased little by little, and the lakes dried at a quiet pace. Animals moved away as the land warmed, leaving behind silent shorelines. Today, the desert looks still and endless, shaped by wind that moves sand in soft waves, reminding us that even the largest landscapes change without hurry. The quiet space between planets is not empty. It contains tiny particles drifting in long, peaceful paths. Scientists call this interplanetary dust, and much of it comes from comets that shed material slowly as they travel around the sun. The dust spreads out over millions of miles, forming a faint glow called the zodiacal light. Most people never notice it because it appears only in the calm moments before sunrise or after sunset. From Earth, it looks like a soft triangle of light rising into the sky. Nothing about it flashes or fades quickly. It remains steady, like a gentle reminder of the silent activity in space. Volcanoes build new land in a slow and steady way. Lava that reaches the surface cools into rock layer by layer, sometimes taking centuries to form even small islands. Scientists observe this process on places like Hawaii, where new land extends into the ocean quietly as molten rock meets the sea. The steam rises without a sound from far away. Over time, plants begin to grow in the fresh soil, spreading at a patient pace. The transformation from glowing lava to soft greenery shows how the planet creates new landscapes without rushing. Even dramatic forces can shape the world gently over long stretches of time. The Amazon rainforest produces its own rain in a slow cycle that supports the trees living beneath its canopy. Moisture rises from leaves and forms clouds that drift above the forest before releasing rain again. Scientists call this a closed loop, and it keeps the region humid and calm. The process happens day after day without interruption. Even during quiet nights, the air holds water that will return to the soil. The rainforest works like a natural breathing system, taking in carbon and releasing oxygen in a steady rhythm. This balance has existed for millions of years, showing how life maintains itself through peaceful repetition. Fossils are formed through a gentle process that takes much longer than a lifetime. When plants or animals become buried under sediment, minerals slowly replace their tissues grain by grain. Nothing about this transformation is quick. Scientists uncover fossils that have been resting undisturbed for millions of years. The shapes remain detailed and calm, as if time preserved them with care. These ancient remains help researchers understand how life changed across ages. Each fossil is a quiet message from the past, carried through rock that hardened slowly around it. The stillness of this process allows delicate forms to survive far beyond the moment they lived. Light from distant stars takes thousands of years to reach Earth. When you look at the night sky, you are seeing a peaceful record of the past. Scientists measure these light beams to learn about stars that may no longer exist. The journey is quiet and unbroken, moving through the darkness without interruption. Space does not disturb the light or rush it along. It travels at the same constant speed through every moment. This slow arrival means that the sky above us is always a calm reflection of ancient events. The universe shares its history patiently, one beam at a time. Coral reefs grow slowly beneath the surface of warm oceans. Each tiny coral builds its skeleton by adding thin layers of minerals year after year. Scientists can count these bands the way people count tree rings, learning about water temperature and calm periods in the sea. Reefs form structures large enough to be seen from space, but they take thousands of years to develop. Fish glide through them in gentle patterns, and the water softens every sound. Even when waves move above, the world beneath remains quiet. Coral reefs show how peaceful growth can lead to something vast and beautiful without rush or noise. Earth's atmosphere releases heat into space at a steady pace, preventing the planet from warming too quickly. Scientists describe this balance as radiation escaping into the night. The process is gentle and constant. Even after the sun sets, the surface cools slowly, allowing temperatures to shift in a calm pattern. Clouds help regulate this by trapping warmth or letting it pass, depending on their thickness. Nothing about the exchange is sudden. The planet adjusts through tiny changes that happen every hour. This quiet balance has allowed life to survive through long cycles of climate, showing that stability can come from patient processes. Glaciers move like slow rivers of ice. They slide across the land at a pace too small to notice in a single day. Scientists measure their motion using markers that shift only a few centimeters each year. As glaciers advance, they shape valleys and smooth rocks without forceful breaks. When they retreat, they leave behind calm lakes that settle into silence. The ice stores ancient air and snow that fell during distant winters. Even when parts break off into the sea, the process happens with long preparation. Glaciers remind us that motion does not need speed to transform the world. The silence of space exists because sound cannot travel without air. Scientists explain that sound waves need a material to move through. Since space is nearly empty, nothing carries the vibration. This creates a peaceful environment where even large events, like stars collapsing or planets forming, occur without noise. From Earth, telescopes observe these distant changes by detecting light and energy instead of sound. The universe communicates quietly, using patterns that unfold across time. This calm background allows planets like ours to travel through space without echo or interruption, floating in a stillness that stretches as far as we can imagine. The surface of the ocean reflects only a small part of sunlight, while most of it sinks quietly into deeper water. As the light fades, colors disappear one at a time until everything turns a calm blue. Scientists call this the twilight zone, a layer where creatures move slowly and use very little energy. The water here stays cool and still, protected from storms above. Even large currents pass through without disturbance. This peaceful region covers most of the planet, yet it remains hidden from sight. The deep ocean shows that silence can exist beneath constant motion, holding a calm world that changes only at a patient pace. Clouds form when tiny droplets gather around dust in the air, rising slowly until the temperature cools them. Scientists explain that a cloud can take hours or days to build, drifting across the sky without force. From far away, the movement appears still, like a soft painting. Inside, droplets connect and separate in a quiet cycle that repeats endlessly. Rain begins only when the weight becomes too much, falling in a gentle pattern shaped by gravity. The process never rushes. Even thunderstorms have quiet beginnings, starting from a small cluster that grows layer by layer. The sky creates change through steady and peaceful steps. Earth's orbit keeps the planet at a distance from the sun that allows water to remain liquid. Scientists call this the habitable zone, and it exists only because the orbit is nearly circular. If it shifted too much, temperatures would change sharply. Instead, Earth moves with a calm consistency, creating gentle transitions between seasons. The balance has lasted for billions of years. It gives plants time to grow and animals time to adapt. Nothing about the orbit jolts or jumps. The planet follows its path like a steady traveler, maintaining the quiet conditions that allow life to exist without sudden interruption. Meteorites that fall to Earth often travel silently through the upper atmosphere. Most are small pieces of rock that burned softly while entering the sky. Scientists collect them to study the early solar system, finding minerals that formed before the planets themselves. These rocks drifted through space for millions of years without touching anything. When they finally landed, they settled into the ground as if completing a long and peaceful journey. Many remain undiscovered for centuries, waiting without change. Holding a meteorite is like holding a quiet memory from the beginning of the universe, preserved through calm and endless travel. The slow tilt of Earth's axis creates long-term climate cycles. Scientists measure these shifts using ancient sediments and fossils buried underwater. The angle changes over tens of thousands of years, affecting how sunlight reaches the surface. Nothing about the process is immediate. Ice ages come and go through gradual cooling and warming that take so much time no single lifetime notices. The planet adjusts to these cycles with patience. Forests expand and shrink at a gentle pace. Oceans rise and fall inches at a time. The world responds through soft transitions, showing that even the largest changes happen slowly. Rivers carve valleys through steady movement rather than force. Water flows along the same path for thousands of years, wearing down rock grain by grain. Scientists calculate erosion rates that are almost impossible to see in a single day. Yet over time, deep canyons form with smooth walls shaped by quiet persistence. The sound of a river may seem constant, but the transformation underneath is slow and careful. When the water finally reaches the ocean, it releases sediment gently into the shore. The journey shows how motion guided by patience can reshape entire landscapes without rushing. The North Star appears fixed in the night sky, but it shifts slowly over centuries. Earth's axis traces a circle in space, changing the star that marks the pole. Scientists call this precession, and it unfolds over 26,000 years. Ancient sailors used different stars long before Polaris took its place. The change happens so gradually that people across generations never notice. This slow drift reminds us that even the sky evolves with quiet precision. The constellations seem permanent, yet they move in patterns guided by time rather than speed, creating a calm and predictable rhythm above the planet. The oldest trees on Earth have lived for thousands of years by growing slowly. Each ring in their trunk forms as a thin layer added over time. Scientists study these rings to learn about gentle changes in rainfall, temperature, and sunlight. The trees stand in silence while seasons pass around them. Their roots anchor deeply into the ground, holding soil that would otherwise wash away. Nothing in their life requires haste. Even fallen leaves return nutrients to the earth in a quiet cycle. These ancient trees show how strength can come from stillness and how time can build endurance without pressure. Earth's atmosphere scatters blue light more efficiently than other colors, giving the sky its calming shade. Scientists explain that sunlight meets molecules in the air and spreads gently in all directions. The scattering happens constantly, but it feels effortless. When the sun sets, the light travels through more atmosphere, allowing reds and oranges to appear slowly. The transition is smooth rather than sudden. The sky changes color with a quiet grace that repeats every day. This peaceful pattern has continued since the atmosphere formed, creating familiar comfort for life beneath it. The silence of the moon's surface comes from its lack of air. Without wind, nothing shifts unless touched by a meteor or disturbed by gravity. Footprints from astronauts remain exactly where they were placed decades ago. Scientists believe they may last for millions of years. The dust does not blow or settle differently over time. Shadows stay sharp and unmoving. The moon reflects sunlight in a steady light that reaches Earth without flicker. Even though it orbits the planet, it does so without sound or vibration. The moon's quiet presence has followed Earth since its beginning, offering a constant and peaceful companion. The solid inner core of Earth grows a little each year as heat escapes into space. Liquid metal surrounding it cools slowly, forming new crystal at the center. Scientists study earthquake waves to understand this quiet change. The core rotates gently at its own pace, slightly different from the rest of the planet. Nothing about the process is fast. It may continue for billions of years before the core becomes fully solid. Deep beneath our feet, the planet is still shaping itself in silence, far away from movement we can see or feel. Starlight bends when it passes near massive objects in space. This effect, called gravitational lensing, happens with smooth precision. Light follows curved paths instead of straight lines, creating gentle arcs that telescopes can detect. The bending does not disturb the light or break its journey. It simply guides it through space like a quiet river, turning around a rock. Some of the most distant galaxies are visible only because their light was softly redirected. The universe reveals itself through calm interactions that ask for patience rather than force. Salt in the ocean comes from rocks that dissolved slowly over millions of years. Rain carried tiny minerals into streams, and rivers brought them to the sea grain by grain. The concentration increased gradually until the water reached its steady balance. Scientists say the amount of salt hardly changes now because new minerals arrive at the same pace that old ones settle out. The process works like a peaceful exchange, maintaining the ocean's chemistry without sudden shifts. Every drop carries a memory of long, gentle erosion across the planet. Dust from the Sahara travels quietly across the Atlantic each year. Winds lift fine particles into the sky, where they drift for days before settling over distant forests. Scientists discovered that this dust provides nutrients that help trees grow in the Amazon. The journey happens high above storms, moving in soft currents that never touch the ground until the air becomes still. The desert and the rainforest are connected through this calm exchange, showing how the planet shares resources without direct contact or noise. The rings of Saturn look solid, but they are made of countless pieces of ice and rock that move in organized orbits. Each particle follows a smooth path shaped by gravity. From far away, the rings appear as one continuous band because everything moves together without collision. Scientists study their patterns to learn how planets formed in the early solar system. The rings have existed for millions of years, circling Saturn in steady silence. Even at high speed, they maintain a peaceful structure that remains unchanged to the eye. Lake Baikal in Siberia holds more fresh water than any other lake on the planet. Its depths contain ancient water that has remained undisturbed for thousands of years. The lake formed slowly as tectonic plates pulled apart, creating a long and narrow basin. Scientists find unique species living in its cold and quiet environment, many found nowhere else. The water mixes gently from top to bottom, keeping the lake clear. Baikal changes at a pace so slow that its history can be traced in layers of calm sediment resting at the bottom. Solar winds reach Earth in a steady flow of charged particles, but the planet's magnetic field guides them safely around the surface. Most of the particles never touch the atmosphere. They slide along invisible lines and drift past the poles. The interaction is quiet, creating only soft glows when energy enters the upper air. Satellites measure the activity without hearing anything at all. Even during strong solar events, the changes remain gradual from our point of view. The planet adjusts smoothly, protected by a shield that never sleeps or rushes. Sand dunes move across deserts at a slow and graceful pace. Wind pushes grains up one side until they slide down the other in a quiet cascade. Scientists track dunes that shift only a few meters each year. Their shapes remain smooth, even when they travel long distances. No two dunes move at the same speed, yet they never collide with force. The shifting sand redraws landscapes in silence, creating patterns that look like waves frozen in time. The desert shows how motion can be calm, even in places shaped by wind. The Great Barrier Reef formed over hundreds of thousands of years as coral built new layers on top of older structures. The reef grows only a few millimeters each year, but the slow pace has created a habitat stretching for thousands of kilometers. Fish, plants, and tiny organisms move through it in gentle rhythms. Scientists study the reef to understand how life adapts through patience. Even when conditions change, recovery happens through gradual rebuilding. The reef stands as a reminder that strength can come from steady and quiet growth. Comets travel around the sun in long, slow loops. Most of their time is spent far from heat, frozen and silent in deep space. Only when they approach the sun do they release gas and dust that form glowing tails. The process is gentle, not explosive. Particles drift away at a calm pace, spreading into space over thousands of miles. After passing the sun, the comet continues its journey outward again, returning only after hundreds or even thousands of years. Each orbit is a patient cycle, showing how movement across vast distances can still feel unhurried. The atmosphere contains layers that rest gently on top of one another. The lowest layer, where clouds and weather form, moves slowly compared to the quiet air above it. Scientists study these layers using balloons that rise without hurry, measuring temperature and wind as they drift. Higher up, the air thins until molecules are far apart, floating in silence. Nothing stirs unless touched by sunlight or gentle waves of energy from space. The atmosphere protects the planet like a calm blanket, allowing heat to escape at night and return during the day in a smooth and steady rhythm. The oldest minerals on Earth formed before the planet finished cooling. Tiny crystals called zircons have survived for more than 4 billion years. Scientists find them in ancient rocks and study their structure to learn about the early oceans and atmosphere. These crystals grew slowly in liquid rock, one atom at a time. Nothing has disturbed them since. Even after continents shifted and mountains rose, the zircons remained unchanged. They carry a calm record of Earth's beginning, showing that some parts of the planet have held their shape through time without breaking or rushing to transform. The surface of Mars once held lakes that dried slowly over millions of years. Scientists study the patterns left behind by ancient shorelines, which appear as quiet curves around craters and valleys. The water did not disappear suddenly. It evaporated at a gentle pace as the atmosphere thinned. Sediment settled into layers that remain untouched in the still Martian air. Today, the planet is silent, with dust moving only when winds rise. The calm landscape tells a story of patient change, reminding us that even other worlds evolve through quiet and steady processes. Earthquakes begin with slow movements deep underground before releasing energy. Scientists detect tiny shifts that may continue for years before a fault finally slips. Most of these movements are so gentle that no one notices. Rocks bend under pressure at a patient pace, storing energy in silence. When the release happens, it lasts only moments compared to the long preparation. Afterward, the ground settles again into stillness. This cycle shows how even sudden events are shaped by long periods of calm that build quietly beneath the surface. Snowflakes form in clouds around tiny particles of dust. Water vapor freezes slowly into delicate crystals, growing arms that spread in balanced shapes. Scientists explain that no two snowflakes are exactly alike because each forms under slightly different conditions. The growth happens quietly as the snowflake drifts downward. When snow reaches the ground, it absorbs sound, creating soft silence across the landscape. The world becomes still, and even familiar places feel calm. Snow shows how small and gentle processes can transform the environment without force. Saturn's moon Titan has lakes made of liquid methane that sit quietly on its surface. Scientists discovered them using signals that bounce gently from the ground to spacecraft. The lakes remain still because the atmosphere is dense and wind is weak. Waves rarely form, and the liquid reflects light like glass. Rain falls slowly from thick clouds, collecting in basins that change only over long stretches of time. Titan shows that even far from Earth, calm worlds exist where weather moves at a peaceful pace. Earth's crust cools slowly after molten rock reaches the surface. When lava freezes into basalt, crystals grow over hours or days depending on temperature. Some rocks cool so gradually underground that large crystals form, fitting together like pieces of a quiet puzzle. Scientists study these textures to learn how long the cooling took. The process creates mountains and islands without rush. Even after the rock hardens, erosion shapes it grain by grain. The crust reminds us that landscapes are built through steady transitions rather than sudden shifts. The Milky Way contains dark matter that cannot be seen or touched, yet it holds the galaxy together with gentle gravity. Scientists detect its presence through the calm motion of stars that orbit in steady patterns. Dark matter does not shine or react. It simply provides balance, allowing galaxies to form without scattering. This invisible structure has existed since the early universe, guiding cosmic motion for billions of years. Even something unseen can create stability, showing that quiet forces often have the greatest influence. Limestone caves form when rainwater absorbs carbon dioxide and becomes slightly acidic. The water moves through rock one drop at a time, dissolving pathways over thousands of years. Inside these caves, stalactites and stalagmites grow at the pace of a few centimeters per century. The air remains cool and still, and sound travels softly across the smooth walls. Scientists explore these spaces carefully, knowing that a single formation may have taken longer to grow than human civilization has existed. The caves show how beauty can emerge from patience and gentle change. The sun's energy reaches Earth after traveling through space for 8 minutes, but the light takes much longer to escape the sun itself. Photons inside the sun move slowly through dense layers of gas, bouncing for thousands of years before reaching the surface. Scientists describe this journey as a quiet and gradual migration. Only after leaving the sun does the light travel in a straight line at full speed. Every sunrise is powered by energy that began its journey long before humans existed, connecting each day to a calm and distant past. Rings inside tree trunks record quiet changes in climate. Each ring forms slowly over a year as wood thickens layer by layer. Scientists study the width and color of these rings to learn about rainfall and temperature from the distant past. The patterns do not rush or overlap. They build a steady timeline that stretches back centuries. Even after the tree falls, the rings stay preserved in silence. They show how nature keeps patient records without writing or sound, holding memories that remain long after the seasons that shaped them have passed. The Antarctic ice sheet moves like a slow blanket across the continent. It spreads outward under its own weight at a pace too small to notice. Scientists track its motion using satellites that measure tiny shifts in the frozen surface. Snow that falls today may take thousands of years to reach the sea. The ice stores ancient air, tiny particles, and faint traces of past climates. Even storms above cannot be heard beneath the thick layers. The continent remains quiet, covered by ice that changes through slow and steady movement. Stars form inside clouds of gas that collapse gently under gravity. The process begins with thin wisps that cool and gather over millions of years. Scientists watch these clouds using telescopes that detect faint light and soft heat. Nothing happens suddenly. The gas thickens until a small point begins to glow. The new star brightens slowly, warming the space around it. Many stars form together in clusters, like quiet neighborhoods in the sky. The universe builds light through patient steps, showing that creation can happen in silence. Minerals in caves form clear pools that remain still for long periods. The water collects drop by drop, carrying dissolved minerals that settle on the bottom in thin layers. Scientists find patterns in these deposits that reveal gentle shifts in temperature and rainfall outside. The pools do not ripple unless touched by air or falling water. Their surfaces reflect the ceiling like a mirror, creating a calm world beneath the ground. These hidden spaces change so slowly that some have remained untouched for thousands of years. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is a storm that has lasted for centuries, yet it moves with steady rotation. Scientists observe it through telescopes, watching the clouds circle at a slow and regular pace. The storm does not drift wildly across the planet. It stays anchored in one region of the atmosphere, shrinking and expanding over decades. Even though the winds inside are strong, the motion from far away appears smooth and controlled. Jupiter shows that large systems can remain stable through consistent and gentle patterns. Deep under the ocean floor, heat escapes through small vents that release warm water. These vents do not explode or erupt like volcanoes on land. Instead, they send mineral-rich water into the sea at a slow and continuous flow. Scientists study the organisms that live there, surviving in calm darkness without sunlight. The communities grow at a patient pace, forming ecosystems that remain undisturbed for long stretches of time. The ocean hides worlds that thrive through steady and quiet energy. Earth's rotation keeps the atmosphere moving in wide, gentle bands. Air rises at the equator and sinks near the poles in a slow circulation pattern. Scientists call these cells, and they shape global wind without sudden changes. The movement happens high above the surface, spreading heat evenly across the planet. Clouds ride along these calm pathways for days or weeks. The rhythm remains steady through seasons, helping maintain balance in temperature and weather across the world. Meteor showers happen when Earth passes through trails of dust left by comets. The particles enter the atmosphere slowly and burn as gentle streaks of light. Most are no larger than grains of sand. Scientists predict these showers with accuracy because the paths repeat every year. The night sky fills with soft flashes that appear and fade without sound. The event lasts hours, allowing observers to watch without hurry. Meteor showers show how even cosmic events can feel peaceful from Earth. Sandstone forms when grains of sand press together under weight and time. Water moves between the grains, depositing minerals that bind them slowly into solid rock. Scientists study the layers to learn about ancient rivers and calm deserts that once covered the land. The transformation takes millions of years. The rock holds its shape even as wind smooths its surface grain by grain. Sandstone cliffs and canyons stand as quiet reminders that landscapes grow through steady and patient change. The universe continues to expand at a calm and constant rate. Galaxies drift away from each other without collision or noise. Scientists measure this motion using faint light that stretches as space grows. The expansion does not speed up in a way we can feel or see. It happens everywhere at once, like a gentle widening of the horizon. The universe is not rushing. It is simply continuing a process that began long before Earth existed, moving in silence through time. The Pacific Ocean holds more water than all other oceans combined, yet most of it remains still beneath the surface. Scientists measure gentle currents that move slowly across thousands of kilometers. The water takes centuries to complete a single circulation. Sunlight warms only the upper layer, while the deep remains cool and quiet. Creatures living there drift without hurry, using minimal energy. The ocean works like a calm storage of heat and life, changing so gradually that its patterns remain steady across generations. The Himalayas rise a little higher each year as tectonic plates press together. The movement is so slow that no one can feel it. Scientists detect the change using precise instruments that record millimeters of growth. Snow settles on the peaks in quiet layers that melt and refreeze through the seasons. Rivers begin as small streams that flow gently down the slopes. The mountains remind us that even towering heights are shaped through patient motion rather than sudden force. Stardust continues to fall on Earth every day. Tiny particles from space drift through the atmosphere and settle on the ground without notice. Scientists collect them from clean snow and study their structure under microscopes. Many of the grains are older than the sun. They travel through the universe for millions of years before reaching the planet. The arrival is quiet and constant, adding a thin and gentle layer of cosmic history to Earth. The Great Lakes formed when glaciers melted at the end of the last ice age. The ice retreated slowly, carving deep basins that filled with water over thousands of years. Scientists study sediments on the lake floor to understand the calm transition from frozen land to fresh water. The lakes change only through gradual evaporation and rainfall. Waves move across their surface in steady patterns, and the water renews itself through slow circulation rather than rapid flow. Neutron stars are small and dense, but they rotate with steady precision. Scientists detect their pulses as rhythmic signals that repeat without interruption. The timing is so consistent that these stars act like natural clocks in space. The rotation slows only slightly over millions of years. Even after violent beginnings, the stars settle into quiet cycles. Their calm behavior helps researchers measure distance and movement across the galaxy. Earth's soil forms through the slow breakdown of rock. Wind, rain, and temperature changes create tiny fragments that mix with organic matter from plants. Scientists estimate that forming just a thin layer can take hundreds of years. Soil builds in silence, supporting life beneath our feet without drawing attention. Roots move through it gently, and microorganisms work at a patient pace. The ground that seems ordinary is the result of long and quiet transformation. The deepest roots on Earth belong to desert trees that reach far underground in search of water. Scientists have found roots extending more than 60 meters below the surface. They grow slowly, following moisture through narrow spaces in rock and soil. The trees survive long periods without rain by storing water carefully. Their growth happens without sound or rush, showing how life adapts through persistence rather than speed. The center of the Milky Way contains a supermassive black hole that remains quiet from our distance. Stars orbit around it in smooth paths, moving at high speeds without collision. Scientists observe these motions using infrared telescopes. The black hole does not pull everything inward at once. Most objects remain untouched, following their predictable routes for millions of years. Even powerful forces can exist within calm and stable surroundings. Fog forms when moist air cools slowly near the ground. Tiny droplets gather and hang in place without falling as rain. Scientists explain that fog can last for hours because there is no sudden change in temperature or wind. The world becomes quieter as sound travels less easily through dense air. Familiar shapes soften and fade. Fog shows how the atmosphere can create stillness through gentle balance rather than dramatic shifts. Earth's magnetic poles have reversed many times in the past, but the change happens gradually. Scientists study the direction of minerals in ancient lava to learn how the field flipped. The process takes thousands of years, and life continues without interruption. The magnetic field weakens slowly before strengthening again in the opposite direction. Nothing about the shift is sudden. The planet adjusts in silence, maintaining its long pattern of calm and steady transformation. The surface of Earth reflects some of the sunlight it receives back into space in a gentle balance called albedo. Scientists study this reflection using satellites that watch how light changes across oceans, forests, and snow. Bright surfaces send more light away, while darker areas absorb warmth slowly. The exchange helps keep temperatures steady over long periods. Nothing about the process is sudden. Clouds shift the balance slightly as they form and fade, creating soft adjustments that happen every day. The planet regulates its temperature through quiet reflection, maintaining comfort without rapid or dramatic change. The cosmic microwave background is a faint glow that fills the universe. Scientists describe it as leftover light from the early stages of the cosmos. It spreads evenly in all directions, creating the calmest signal ever measured. The radiation has cooled over billions of years and now sits at a temperature just above absolute zero. Telescopes capture this soft energy without sound. The uniform pattern shows that the universe expanded smoothly after its beginning. The glow continues to travel through space at a steady pace, connecting every corner of the sky with a silent reminder of ancient heat. Tidal locking occurs when one side of a moon always faces its planet. Earth's moon reached this state slowly as gravity balanced its rotation. Scientists calculate that the process took millions of years. Now the same face remains turned toward Earth in stillness. The far side stays hidden, receiving light and darkness without ever changing direction. This quiet stability keeps the moon in a predictable path, helping control tides and nighttime light. The calm relationship between Earth and its moon shows how slow motion can lead to lasting harmony. The Kuiper Belt beyond Neptune holds icy objects that move in wide and gentle orbits. Scientists observe them using powerful telescopes, watching small worlds drift through darkness at a steady pace. Many have remained unchanged since the solar system formed. They do not collide often because the space between them is vast. Their frozen surfaces record ancient conditions without disturbance. The region exists as a quiet outskirts of the solar system, where time passes slowly and light arrives in faint and peaceful rays. Continental shelves stretch outward from coastlines beneath shallow water. These broad platforms formed when sea levels rose and fell, slowly over long cycles. Scientists study sediments resting on the shelves to learn about calm changes in climate and ocean flow. The water above remains gentle compared to the open sea, allowing ecosystems to develop gradually. Plants and animals settle into place without pressure. The shelves show how land and ocean meet through soft transitions rather than sudden edges. Gravitational waves ripple through space when massive objects move, but the waves are incredibly gentle by the time they reach Earth. Scientists detect them using precise instruments that measure distances smaller than the width of an atom. The signals pass through silently, without disturbing anything around us. These waves carry information across the universe from events that happened long ago. Even powerful moments become quiet by the time they arrive, showing how distance softens energy into calm motion. Mantle plumes rise slowly from deep inside Earth, carrying heat that spreads beneath the crust. Scientists believe these plumes move upward over millions of years. When they reach the surface, they create volcanic islands in steady chains. The process does not rush or erupt without preparation. Land forms quietly beneath the ocean before appearing above water. These hidden currents remind us that change often begins far below, with patient steps that take longer than civilizations to complete. The calm rotation of Earth keeps day and night in a predictable rhythm. Scientists measure slight variations that occur over years, but the pattern remains reliable. Sunrise and sunset arrive gently around the world, allowing life to adapt without surprise. Plants open and close their leaves in response to light, following the cycle with ease. Animals rest and wake according to the same steady timing. The planet maintains this balance without pause, creating a peaceful foundation for every living creature. Exoplanets orbit distant stars in quiet paths that scientists detect through tiny dips in starlight. The planets themselves remain unseen, moving in silence across space. Their orbits repeat with regular timing, revealing worlds that change only through slow processes. Some may have oceans or calm atmospheres like Earth. Others may be frozen and still. Each discovery expands knowledge without noise, showing that the universe holds many planets that follow gentle and steady motion. Earth's history is written in layers of rock that formed over immense spans of time. Sediments settle grain by grain at the bottom of lakes and oceans. Scientists read these layers like pages of a silent record, finding traces of ancient climates, soft extinctions, and gradual evolution. Nothing about the formation of these rocks is hurried. They build in patience, preserving details that last far beyond the moment they appeared. The planet keeps its memory quietly, allowing the story of Earth to rest in stone without fading. Deep inside mountains, crystals grow slowly in quiet chambers where light never reaches. Minerals dissolve in warm water and settle into place over thousands of years. Scientists find these crystals untouched, their smooth surfaces shaped without noise. The air remains still, and the temperature barely changes. The slow formation creates patterns that look like frozen light, showing how beauty can appear where nothing moves quickly. Earth's shoreline changes through gradual tides that rise and fall in a steady rhythm. Waves smooth stones over years, turning sharp edges into rounded shapes. Scientists measure the tide cycles with calm precision, knowing the ocean follows the same timing every day. The shoreline becomes a record of gentle motion, softened by water that never hurries. The atmosphere contains silent waves that move through the sky like ripples on a calm lake. Scientists call them gravity waves, created when air shifts gently over mountains or storms. These waves travel slowly for long distances, spreading energy without sound. Clouds sometimes reveal their presence in soft striped patterns that fade as quietly as they appear. The oldest light on Earth rests in ancient salt crystals. Tiny bubbles of air became trapped inside when shallow seas dried millions of years ago. Scientists shine gentle light through the crystals to study the trapped water. The bubbles remain unchanged, holding a quiet memory of oceans that no longer exist. Earth's rotation causes a gentle effect on moving water called the Coriolis force. Scientists observe it in large patterns like ocean currents and atmospheric flow. The influence is subtle and slow, guiding motion rather than forcing it. The result is a calm balance that helps maintain stable weather across the planet. Seagrass meadows grow slowly beneath shallow water, spreading through the sand without disturbance. The leaves sway gently with passing currents, creating shelter for small fish. Scientists find that these meadows store carbon quietly in the soil, locking it away for centuries. The process happens without sound or rush, supporting life through patient growth. Tiny particles from volcanic eruptions settle through the atmosphere like soft dust. Most fall gently over months or years, spreading thin layers across distant landscapes. Scientists study these layers in lake sediments to learn about ancient eruptions. The particles rest quietly, leaving a delicate record that remains undisturbed. The surface of lakes can stay perfectly still when air is calm. Scientists call this a glassy state, where water reflects the sky with clear detail. Even small movements travel as slow ripples that fade before reaching the shore. The stillness creates a silent space where time seems to slow down. Earth's crust floats on the mantle in a steady balance called isostasy. Mountains press downward, while the mantle supports them like a quiet cushion. Scientists observe that when ice melts or sediment accumulates, the crust adjusts slowly over thousands of years. The motion is gentle, keeping the surface in quiet equilibrium. Some deserts contain rocks that move slowly across dry lake beds, leaving thin trails behind them. Scientists discovered that thin sheets of ice form during cold nights and melt under sunlight, pushing the rocks gently forward. The movement is so gradual, no one sees it happening. The rocks glide in silence across the flat ground. Earth's ionosphere reflects radio waves during the night when sunlight fades. Signals travel smoothly around the planet without wires or force. Scientists rely on this calm behavior to study distant regions. The layer changes slowly as the atmosphere cools, creating predictable conditions that return each evening. The deepest parts of continental crust contain minerals that transform under high pressure. The changes happen atom by atom, without breaking the rock. Scientists study these minerals to understand slow shifts in temperature and depth. The transformation takes millions of years, showing that even solid stone evolves quietly. Ancient river deltas formed where water slowed down and released sediment in gentle layers. Over time, plants grew in the soft soil, and animals settled into calm wetlands. Scientists read these layers like a peaceful timeline of changing water and life. The landscape forms through patient deposition rather than force. Earth's shadow creates a soft gradient during lunar eclipses. When the moon passes through the shadow, the light fades slowly into warm red tones. Scientists explain that sunlight filters through Earth's atmosphere, bending gently toward the moon. The transition happens without darkness falling suddenly. The calm rotation of Saturn smooths the bands of its atmosphere into even stripes. Scientists observe the clouds moving in steady, layered paths around the planet. The colors shift slowly over decades, showing quiet patterns that remain stable across time. From far away, Saturn looks like a painting that never rushes to change. Pebbles in mountain streams become polished as water rolls them gently along the riverbed. The movement is slow, guided by seasonal flow rather than constant force. Scientists find smooth stones that have been traveling for centuries, shaped by quiet contact with water. The river transforms them through patience. Ancient coral skeletons preserve chemical clues about past oceans. Scientists examine them to learn about gentle changes in temperature and salt content. The corals grew slowly, building tiny layers year after year. Their remains stay intact long after the living reef is gone, carrying a calm record of the sea. In cold regions, permafrost stores frozen soil that has remained undisturbed for thousands of years. Scientists drill cores to study ancient plant material preserved in silence. The ground only thaws and refreezes near the surface, while deeper layers remain still. The frozen Earth holds memories of past climates without decay. Satellites orbit Earth in smooth and silent paths, guided by gravity rather than engines. They move at constant speeds, circling the planet every few hours. Scientists track their motion with calm precision, knowing they will follow the same route day after day. The quiet stability allows them to observe weather, oceans, and land without interruption. The gentle glow of bioluminescent plankton appears when water is disturbed at night. Scientists explain that the light is produced through slow chemical reactions inside tiny organisms. The glow fades gradually as the reaction ends. Waves sparkle softly before returning to darkness. The ocean creates light through peaceful motion rather than sudden flashes. Ancient dunes buried beneath grasslands still hold the shape of old winds. Scientists discover them using quiet ground scanning tools that reveal soft curves hidden below the surface. The sand has not moved for thousands of years. It rests in layers that formed one grain at a time. These hidden dunes show how landscapes can fall asleep and remain unchanged long after the wind has passed. The calm surface of deep lakes changes temperature in slow seasons. Warm water rests on top while cooler water stays below. Scientists call this layering stratification, and it can last for months. The water only mixes gently when seasons shift. The process happens without waves or force, allowing the lake to maintain a quiet balance that supports life at every depth. Earth's crust cools so gradually that volcanic islands often sink slightly under their own weight. Scientists observe this slow settling using detailed maps that change over centuries. Coral reefs grow upward at a patient pace, keeping pace with the sinking land. The result is a calm rise of living structures that follow the rhythm of the planet. Dust storms on Mars move slowly across the surface despite covering large areas. The thin atmosphere makes the motion quiet and soft. Scientists watch the storms through orbiting cameras, seeing fine particles drift rather than swirl. The dust settles only when the air becomes still again. The planet returns to silence as if nothing happened. Ancient lakes leave salt rings behind when they dry. These rings form gentle curves around the land, marking levels that changed slowly over time. Scientists study the patterns to learn about long-term climate shifts. The rings stay in place for thousands of years, untouched by rushing water. They show how even disappearing lakes leave quiet memories. Earth's magnetic field forms smooth lines that run from pole to pole. Scientists map these lines using instruments that detect gentle changes in direction. The field moves slowly over time, never breaking or stopping. Birds and sea turtles follow it without confusion. The invisible pattern acts like a calm guide for life on the planet. Some caves contain frozen waterfalls made of solid ice that grows slowly through winter. Water drips at a patient pace, freezing layer by layer. Scientists study these formations to understand temperature changes inside the cave. The ice remains silent through the season, melting in spring with the same gentle rhythm that formed it. Boulders in riverbeds can sit unmoved for centuries. The water flows around them in smooth paths, shaping their edges little by little. Scientists measure how slowly erosion works by comparing old photographs and new surveys. The rocks become polished through quiet contact, showing how stillness and motion can exist together. The calm glow of distant galaxies reaches Earth after traveling for millions of years. Scientists capture the light using sensitive telescopes that operate in silence. The images reveal soft spirals and smooth clouds of stars. The galaxies change slowly, rotating over vast timescales. Their peaceful shapes remain steady across cosmic history. Frozen methane bubbles in Arctic lakes stay trapped beneath clear ice through winter. Scientists observe them using simple tools that listen for soft cracking sounds when temperatures shift. The bubbles formed long ago from plants that broke down slowly in the cold. They remain in place until spring warmth releases them gently into the air. Small islands form when coral and sand collect on shallow reefs. The growth is so gradual that many islands begin as tiny sandbars. Scientists track their expansion using satellite images that show quiet changes over decades. Plants arrive one seed at a time, carried by wind and waves. The islands grow through patient steps rather than sudden creation. The slow turning of Earth causes stars to rise and set in predictable paths. Scientists explain that the night sky changes so gently that ancient observers use the patterns for calendars. Constellations appear slightly different over long periods, yet the change is too small to notice in a single lifetime. The sky remains steady and familiar. Layers of ash from old volcanic eruptions rest undisturbed beneath soil and grass. Scientists uncover them to learn about ancient events that ended long before humans recorded history. The ash settled quietly from the sky, forming soft blankets over the land. The layers stay preserved because nothing rushed to remove them. Sediment at the bottom of the ocean collects at a pace no thicker than a sheet of paper each century. Scientists use small samples to read these layers like a slow diary. The particles fall through water without disturbance. Even earthquakes and storms barely affect the deepest floor. The record remains calm and continuous. The soft glow of air glow forms high in the atmosphere when molecules release energy slowly after sunlight fades. Scientists observe it from mountaintops in spacecraft. It looks like faint green or red waves stretching across the night. The glow forms without sound or flashes. It comes and goes gently, leaving the sky quiet and dark again. Ancient mountain ranges wear down through quiet erosion. Wind, rain, and frost remove small grains that drift away over long periods. Scientists estimate that some mountains shrink only a few millimeters each century. The shapes change so slowly that the landscape appears unaltered for generations. Nature reshapes even the tallest peaks with patience. Pebbles on ocean floors settle into gentle ripples called ripple marks. Currents pass over them at low speeds, forming soft patterns in the sand. Scientists study these shapes to understand calm water movement. The marks remain visible until another slow current rearranges them. The seafloor becomes a quiet canvas that changes without hurry. Frozen waterfalls of rock called columnar basalt form when lava cools slowly and cracks into smooth geometric shapes. Scientists find these formations in places where lava lakes hardened evenly. The columns stand silently for thousands of years, unchanged by time except for gentle weathering. The landscape shows how cooling can create order through patience. The quiet movement of Earth's mantle carries continents at the speed of growing fingernails. Scientists measure the drift using satellites that track tiny changes each year. Entire oceans open and close through this slow process. The surface appears still, but the planet is always moving in a calm and steady way. Light from the sun reflects off tiny ice crystals in the atmosphere, creating halos around the sun or moon. Scientists explain that the crystals bend the light gently into circles and arcs. The display appears without warning, but fades slowly. The sky returns to normal without noise or disturbance. The effect shows how small particles can create peaceful beauty. As the night settles, let your thoughts drift the way the planet moves through space, steady and unhurried. The world will keep turning while you rest. The oceans will breathe in their quiet rhythm. The stars will send their gentle light across the sky without asking for anything in return. There is nothing you need to hold on to right now. The stories of the planet will continue in their own time. Let your mind soften like waves fading into the shore. Feel the calm around you and know that the earth is peaceful tonight. Close your eyes and rest. The world is already taken care of. Good night and sweet dream.